What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the ODU Rent YouTube channel. My name is Kobe Lomax. I am the marketing intern at ODU Rent, and today I'm going to be coming to you guys with a guide on how to throw a party in your apartment. Okay. Now, obviously, you don't want to disrespect your neighbors. You don't want the police to have to show up to your house, and you definitely don't want to get evicted. But does that mean you should not have a party? Absolutely not. But there are definitely ways to do it responsibly, okay? So here we go. Okay, so my first tip or recommendation when you're having a party, I would recommend you let your neighbors know you're having a party. Go to your neighbors, and even if you want to invite them, that makes it even better because then you don't have to worry about it. But just go over there and be like, hey guys, I'm going to be having a party, or maybe you could say a celebration, depending on who your neighbor is, But just go to your neighbor and let them know that, you're going to be having a little function at your place, and let them know that you're going to try your best to keep the volume down, but if it gets too loud or too crazy or anything, just tell them just let me know, just shoot me a text or call me or something. Just let me know that we're being too loud and I can bring it down. That automatically makes it even if it's too loud for your neighbor, they'll feel like, okay, well, I know, they're having a party, they're having fun. I had a neighbor like that. I was on a step team, and the whole team, we would come over to my house to have parties and get-togethers, if we just won a competition or if it's the holidays is coming up, and our neighbors knew, so they were cool with it. Yeah, we were way too loud, but they were cool with it. So sometimes just letting them know and being transparent with them is kind of they're kind of all right, cool, so definitely let them know. And like I said, if you invite them and they come, then one box checked, off the list. You don't got to worry about that. All right, my next tip: somebody at the party who is in charge needs to be sober, okay? Because anything can happen at this apartment, and this is your house. So maybe it's you, maybe it's not you. If it's not going to be you, you need to let somebody know, hey, look, don't get drunk. I'm gonna need you to be here just in case anything goes down, Because if you're drunk, what are you doing? You're not helping the situation. But you just want to make sure that you have a friend or somebody that you can trust who will be there at the party for the entire party and who will be able to, hold it down if something happens. Next tip is to keep the number of people down. Don't pack your whole apartment out. If you want to do that, have it somewhere else. Maybe somebody has a house, that you can use. You can throw the party at their house, at their actual house. But don't pack out your apartment. It's just not a good idea. And also another tip is to know exactly who is in your apartment. Don't just be letting any old stranger come up in your apartment for your party. Don't be letting people bring a whole bunch of people and all that stuff. I mean, I know you want to have more people at the party, but you want to know who's in there because you never know what could happen. Somebody could roll up in there, ready, Somebody could come in there, have bad intentions and, sneak around your apartment, take something that's yours, be touching stuff that doesn't belong to them and that they shouldn't be touching. You just don't know who's up in your house if you're just letting anybody bring anybody to this party. So know who's going to be there and just know everybody. Yeah, just know who's going to be there. Let your roommates know. If you have roommates, let them know that you're having a party. I don't care if they're out of town. I don't care if they ain't going to be there. Let them know that something is going on in the house, because if they come back to the house and they see all these people at the house or somebody's in their parking spot, it might be a problem, and you don't want to have that. Just be responsible. Let them know hey, yo, I'm gonna have a little get together. You're welcome to come if you want. You're welcome to hang out downstairs with us or whatever if you want. But I just want to let you know, I'm having a party at the house. Because in that way too, if something happens, they're not gonna be sitting there thinking my roommate came in my room and took my stuff. When all along it was somebody who came to the party that you didn't know. So make sure you know who's gonna be at your party. Okay, so another tip is to keep the music to a reasonable level. You do have neighbors, So yeah, it should be loud enough for you to be able to enjoy it, but it should be low enough to where the people in the house next door can't hear every single word of the song. You know what I'm saying? Or the people in the house next door can't even have a conversation with somebody who's sitting right across from their table, So you want to keep it down. I mean, unless they're cool with it. If you got the okay that y'all have fun, have a blast. That was how one of my neighbors was. He was y'all are kids, have fun. If that's the way the situation is, then cool, it's on, go. But you respect your neighbors, they didn't choose to have you as their neighbor. So respect that, you know what I'm saying? You guys ended up being neighbors. So just respect them, and respect their peace and their place and all that good stuff. All right, another tip. This is very important. My friend had a crazy experience with this. Keep your doors, your windows, all that closed if you have the AC on, if it's hot out, or if you have the heat on when it's cold, because your electric bill, if you got the door open or the windows open, you know, you're letting the heat or the air or the cold in. So your air conditioner or your heater is trying to keep the temperature where it's supposed to be. And so it's pumping out heat or it's pumping out AC. And your electric bill is just going whoop right up. My friend's electric bill is normally like $100 or something like that. And one day she had a party and the door was open the whole time. And literally her electric bill was like $1,200 that month that she had the party. So close your doors, close your windows, let the AC and the heat stay in. Or if you don't need it, then you know you can turn it off. But you're probably gonna need it, especially if you got a lot of people in your house. All right, my next tip is to set some sort of off limits area, you know, because like I said, you don't want people going all over your house, being all up in your stuff and being all up in your roommate's stuff specifically. You know, like if your roommate's not there and you're having a party, close your roommate's door, you know, just out of respect, you know, don't let them use, if you got like 2 bathrooms, you got a bathroom where, you know, is for downstairs for like general use, and then you got a bathroom that maybe you and your roommate share. Like close that bathroom. Don't let people be all up in y'all's space where they don't belong. So set some type of off limits area. My friend, whenever she throws parties, she puts a little like doggy gate at the top of the stairs so people know to not go up the stairs. She didn't even have a dog, but people thought she had a dog because there was a dog gate there, so they didn't even dare try, you know. So just set some sort of off limits area so that people know like not to go there, so that you don't got people all up in your house, all up in your room, and just in places where everybody doesn't belong, you know what I'm saying? And then my last tip is to let your guests know where to park, because you know, when you pulling up to a random neighborhood that you've never been in, because you're pulling up to somebody's house, you know, for this party, and you just park somewhere, one, if you don't let them know ahead of time, they're probably going to be hitting you up asking you where they can park, you know, and that might get annoying, especially when you got everything else going on. You're trying to get ready for the party, you're trying to get everything set up. You don't need a whole bunch of people calling you to ask you where to park. So let them know where to park in advance. And also, too, you don't want them to be parking somewhere that they don't belong and they end up getting a ticket because now it's your fault. You know what I'm saying? It's not really your fault, but your friend's gonna feel like, I came to your party, you didn't tell me I couldn't park here. You know, you didn't tell them to park there, but you also didn't tell them that they shouldn't park there. And so that could be an issue. Another thing is they could end up parking in one of your neighbor's spots or somewhere that your neighbor normally parks, and that could rub wrong off on your neighbor. Your neighbor could feel like, you're gonna let them park, you know, like it could just be weird. And then also too, you got some people who maybe just don't care and they just park somewhere totally irresponsibly, like on your grass or something, on your neighbor's grass. I mean, just kind of disrespectful. But like honestly, like dealing with college students specifically, you know, sometimes this stuff just happens, they don't really think about it. So just let people know where to park. And those are my tips for how to throw a party in your dorm. Now, I don't throw parties typically. I've probably had like 2, but my friends throw a lot. So these were just tips that I got from them and that I realized from, you know, being at their parties and seeing what worked and what didn't. But if you have any other tips about how to throw a party in your apartment responsibly, definitely drop those down below, because I personally would love to, you know, hear about some of the things that maybe I haven't heard of or I haven't seen yet. And then also, if these help, then I'm glad. I hope these tips were helpful. I hope that when you are planning your next party, it goes over very smoothly. Nobody gets in trouble. The cops don't show up. You don't get kicked out. Your neighbors ain't complaining, and everything is just good. That's like, you should have a good night. So yeah, that is all for this video. Once again, like I always say, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything like that you would like answered by me or any of the ODU Rent staff, drop them down below, because we are here to help you. And I will see you guys next week.